Hello dear students. So welcome back to the discussion of NEWSPAP dated 28th August 2024 Wednesday. So from today's discussion onwards there will be a change in the medium of communication that we had in the previous episodes. So I was doing my classes in the Malayalam language. So I was mainly targeting the students from Kerala. But now it's a matter of happiness that my students from the northern side of the country, from Delhi and even from Hyderabad, so these students are asking me to provide this same classes in the English medium. So here I am coming up with accepting your request, your suggestions, your feedback. So I will be putting it in a very simple English so that everyone, despite of the region, regardless of the region, you are getting exactly what I am telling. So to the students who are new to this channel, so from today onwards I hope the students from the northern side of the country will also be part of this particular initiative, that is NEWSPAP. So on a quick I will let you know what is this initiative is all about. So myself, Mohamed Azhar, in this field for last 7 years, I have understood the need of current affairs in any of the competitive examination, whether it is UPSC, whether it is SSC, whether it is PSC, whether it is even CUET exam, which is happening to give admissions to the students in the various central universities. So whatever the examinations, one component that is everywhere or with regard to every examination that is present is the current affairs part. And for this current affairs part, the most trusted and authenticated resource or material that everyone suggests to refer is the newspaper, and that too the first option that everyone will refer is the Hindu newspaper. But what happens is that many a times reading Hindu newspaper, understanding exactly what it is written, comprehending what is written, and to know what exactly from the exam point of view what you should take and what you should not take, that's a little bit difficult task. So in this initiative of NEWSPAP, that is Pursue Erase Prosper, this P stands for pursue, this A stands for erase, and this P stands for prosper. Through this initiative, what I would love to do is that, see, every day I will take the Hindu newspaper and I will go through each and every article of the newspaper, and whichever article is needed for UPSC or for SSC, for RRB, for PSC or even CUET, I will show the article. I will tell the article exactly what is written in the article. So many times we are only going through the background of the particular article, but we are not exactly taking what has been told in the article even. So there are many points, there are many good data, many good reports, many dimensions that even we are getting from the news itself, but many times we are just going through the behind story, background story and learning. But what I believe is that from the news itself there are many things you should know. So right from there I will let you know this article exactly what it is talking about, what you have to take, how you can use it in your examination. So that way I am making your newspaper preparation, your current affairs preparation, your GK preparation in such a way that you are getting maximum out of this newspaper. So please do subscribe this channel, please do support this initiative, please share this particular content through to your aspirants community, your fellow aspirants, and let's cooperate together. Let's make this aspirant journey, aspirant life more happiest, and I hope everyone over here is happiest. So please do spread happiness in the comment box. And here we go with the first article. Before that, and one more thing to the newcomers, see this particular PDF which I am showing in the screen, this you can access from the Telegram channel, from my Telegram channel, which I will be giving the link in the description box. So please go through the Telegram channel, join there, and you will get all the NEWSPAP PDFs there. So please share it among your friends, please subscribe the channel, and here we go. Sorry for the little bit delay we had to introduce this channel to the newcomers. So here we go with the first article, and this article says something regarding the Ayush Ministry, that Ayush Ministry has come up with a notification, but now this notification has gone into some controversy, telling that this will help someone. So what is the, from this article we have to understand first of all what this article is talking about. This is talking about that the Supreme Court has intervened in one of the Ayush Ministry's notification which was published on July 1st, and that notification was about, it removed the rule 170 from the drugs and cosmetic rules of 1945. So what was this rule 170? It was talking about that the government had that provision, they can act against the misleading advertisement related to Ayurvedic, Siddha, Unani and medicines, the alternative medicines. So as per this rule number 170, the governments had the right to act against this misleading advertisement by the Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani or such kind of medicines. But by removing this 170, so you can guess what will happen. This Ayurveda, Siddha, even though it is a part of the Ayush program, it is during the COVID time we were depending on this kind of alternative medicine like homeopathy, this Unani, Siddha, but having no regulatory mechanism, whatever they could advertise. There were a case in the Supreme Court actually, I am not naming it. So if they are left free to advertise whatever they want, definitely it will lead to the misleading advertisement. So Supreme Court had said that no, whatever you have taken, that rule number 170, it should not be taken back. So what is this rule 170? That is important from the prelims perspective as per the drugs and cosmetics rule of 1945. So rule 170 from the drugs and cosmetics rule 1945, it empowers the authorities, that is the government, to take action against misleading advertisement about Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs. So this is the article about, and see why the court was concerned, because the court expressed concern that without this rule, manufacturers could freely advertise their product without any regulation. So I will come up with a product and I will tell this is an Ayurvedic product, good for this thing, good for that thing, I will promote it, and people will be into that trap, and there is no regulation as such. The court said no, the rule 170 must be there, which is coming under the drugs and cosmetics rules of 1945. So dear students, from this we understood one thing, that was the rule 170 of the Drugs and Cosmetics Act. From the prelims perspective, you may get a question directly, what is this rules 170 which was heard in the news recently, so what was all about it. And from the mains perspective, you should know the Ayush, even though we are promoting this Unani, Siddha, homeopathy, but what are the questions, what are the precautions that the government or the citizen should take. In this perspective also you can read this particular article, right? So what we have understood, it was regarding the Ayush, then the Supreme Court's ruling. The Supreme Court's ruling also we have gone through what exactly it said. It said to put up the same thing in the cosmetic rules. Okay. Now the next article, see, I'm not giving it for, meaning it for a UPSC perspective. That is, Satish Kumar named new chairman of Railway Board. So this appointments kinds of questions, but Railway Board, which was asked by UPSC also once, but here I am meaning it more for the SSC, PSC, RRB, CUET examinations, where they usually get the questions from this new appointments category. So this is such an appointment, very important appointment, that is, the question may look like, or you may get a question like, who is the newly appointed chairman of the Railway Board? So the answer is Satish Kumar. Okay, Satish Kumar. So this is for the PSC SSC RRB CUET aspirants. So this particular article will be very important for you, but for the UPSC aspirants also, we don't know how they will ask the questions every year. Every year they will surprise. So for you also, you can take a note of it. There is no problem as such. Now going to the next article, see something very interesting. See, we see that India is trying to play, or it is fixed as a very good mediator, or not a mediator as such. We are not officially we cannot use that word mediator, but see, we went to Russia, we had the meeting, we got the criticism even from the US, but after a couple of weeks we visited Ukraine. So this way we are having a strategy, we are having a unique strategy. Even many countries, many platforms had failed in talking with these two parties. but the Modi was successful, the government was successful, and the outcomes are being discussed. And right now, see, the article is talking about after this particular, they had a call, Prime Minister Modi and Biden had a call, and they are planning for a trip which put into this to solve this. The broader idea is to solve all these issues whatever is happening. So now let's see what the article is talking about. See, the article is talking about Prime Minister's visit he had to Russia and also in Ukraine. So this particular visits to both these countries, it is having a speculation that, see, it is showing India's potential role in mediating peace between India, Russia and Ukraine. And after this visit, Modi had discussion with US President Joe Biden and also Russian President Vladimir Putin. Even though Russia is not happy with whatever happened, because they will not obviously like going to Ukraine. But White House, the US has actually praised Mr. Modi's effort to bring this peace and humanitarian support to this particular crisis which is between Russia and Ukraine. And see, officially the government is not taking any mediation role, any mediation role, but we are doing it. And last time we had discussed that, see, the Prime Minister Modi said, see, we are not taking the mediator role here, we are not taking a balanced role, the stand we are taking is the stand of the peace. We are on the peace part, we are on the peace stand. It's not something mediation or an balanced approach between the countries. So the whole idea is that, again, the crisis, and here, see, you can get a question or not a question, you can think upon how India is becoming a global leader. It is all an example. If you are getting a question, how India is proving to be a global leader, this all are an example to prove it. Because now, see, the two countries which fought, which had war, and now we were successful in visiting these two countries, having a good discussion with two countries. So you can write this as an example on how India is evolving as a global leader in resolving the crisis happening across the globe. So there are some key terms also explained. So to the new students, see, this is another beautiful part of this particular NEWSPAP, that in the PDF document I would be giving some technical terms, subject specific technical terms, which you may come across while you are reading the newspaper, but it may look difficult for you. So those terminologies I am giving here. So the idea is that you can bring this particular terminologies in your answers when you are writing or in the interview, so that the impression will be good, because you are writing the subject specific terminologies, but not that much difficult terminologies that will hit back on you. But this provision is also there. So please do let me know whether this will benefit you, whether you are hoping that this NEWSPAP will benefit you, and please do spread happiness in the comment box. And now with this, we are going to the next article, and this article is also I put this article not exclusively thinking of the UPSC aspirants, but for the other competitive examinations. But the UPSC aspirants can quote this particular article as an example, from one state. They are actually doing it. For what they are doing it? See, they are raising the marriage age of the women from 18 to 21. So what will the larger implications if it is rising from 18 to 21? Say, obviously, it will give them more time to have education, and if it will give them more time to set their career. So in order to enhance the education, the enrollment of the women in the job sector, in order to reduce the disparity, the gender disparity in the work sector, to all these, this decision will contribute. So the question you can expect in the state level or this RRB CUET examination is that which state has brought such a kind of bill which was raising marriage age for women from 18 to 21. The answer would be Himachal Pradesh. And for the UPSC aspirants, you can quote this as an example whenever you are talking about the women empowerment or such kind of topics, that you can bring this particular example from Himachal Pradesh. And the most important article which appeared on the today's newspaper is that Cheetah dies in Kuno Park from suspected drowning. So from the UPSC prelims perspective, not only from the prelims perspective, you can link it to the mains perspective also, but we have to see what Cheetah is, what this Kuno National Park. So more we have to see from the prelims perspective, and we can link it this in the general issues on environmental ecology, biodiversity and climate change. So now let's have a quick this image. I am giving courtesy to Indian Express. I have took this from Indian Express. So very good, very crisp, very good image. It's telling about the facts about cheetah. So the first thing you should know, this is one of the oldest of the big cat species, and globally it is still it is becoming low. At the time of this reporting it was 7,500. The most important is the IUCN red list status. It is vulnerable species. And Asiatic cheetah and Northwest African cheetah, those are critically endangered. And the cheetahs, the most concerned thing about the cheetahs have that they lost 90% of their global habitat. And now let's talk about the project Cheetah that the government has brought. So why the government has brought it? See, cheetah become extinct in the country. It was declared extinct in 1952. So we have to reintroduce cheetah. So this was such a landmark project we have bought. We are actually bringing these cheetahs from different areas. So this is a crisp about the project Cheetah, but we will go into detail. So I hope you understood about cheetah. And now in 1952 cheetahs were declared extinct in the country. So after that, see, the necessity of this project Cheetah is nothing but we have to reintroduce. So for this project we had two phases basically. The first phase which began in 2022, and in this phase we brought cheetahs. We translocated cheetahs from South Africa and Namibia, and these were brought to the Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh. So we have to look about Kuno National Park also. In the second part we will discuss about it. And in this project Tiger there are three implementing agencies: National Tiger Conservation Authority of India, which is a main body, and Madhya Pradesh Forest Department. It is Kuno National Park is in Madhya Pradesh, and Wildlife Institute of India. And after that it was successful or not, that is still discussing, but see, we took this initiative, and that was something which we should appreciate. And the phase 2 which started was an expansion and future plans. So in the phase 2 we are expanding this project by considering the translocation of cheetah from the country Kenya, okay, and making a similar habitat in the country. And see, there were one more national park we have decided to introduce, that was the Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, which is in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so Kuno and Gandhi Wildlife Sanctuary, you have to go through it. So in this particular article I will be in the second part I will be going through the Kuno National Park. See, I will tell you exactly what you have to go through, and this PDF also I will give you, so it will be in comprehensive material. Now the project Cheetah, what are the key features? The conservation efforts, that's the first thing you know. And the second thing is, see, there are some ecological significance. There are some ecological significance also with regard to this, and we can boost the wildlife tourism also, and global collaboration is also there, especially with South Africa, Namibia, Kenya. We are having a global collaborations. And what are the future outlook and challenges? One is the habitat management, monitoring and adaptation, and also the third most important thing, how we can ensure this project Cheetah is successful. See, whatever we are doing, it is a public awareness and support. We should engage the public, we should engage the local community, we should invite them, we should have consultation with them in order to understand how effectively this can be done. So these are the future outlook and challenges. Now regarding the Kuno National Park, we will go through this, but it is very important national park. So this national park is in Madhya Pradesh, Shiopur district of Madhya Pradesh, and near the Vindhyan Hills. So there is a river called Kuno River. The name it derived from this only. And this Kuno River also, you should understand one thing. Kuno River is a tributary of which river? It is the Chambal River. Okay, and this Kuno is primarily a grassland, And then historical status, if we are talking, it was basically a wildlife sanctuary, and in 2018 only government upgraded it to the national park due to this conservation efforts, the importance of conservation efforts. Now talking about the vegetation and flora, I told it's a predominantly grassland area, and talking about the biodiversity, there are around 123 species, tree species, 71 shrub species, then 32 exotic and climbing species, bamboo and grass species, 34 species. But most important is the fauna of the Kuno National Park. So mammalian species, you can see here is jungle cat, Indian leopard, sloth bear, Indian wolf, striped hyena, golden jackal. Okay, and Bengal fox, dhole also, Indian wild dog. So these faunas you can see, this floras you can see, and there are some avian species also. Around 120 avian species have also been recorded in the in this Kuno National Park. So from the last article, what we have discussed? We have discussed Project Tiger, we have discussed Kuno National Park, and how this Project Tiger can be made more impactful, more effective, and why the Project Tiger is necessary. There are a lot of reasons. One, the conservation effort and the ecological balance, everything comes under that. So we have discussed that particular Project Tiger, Kuno National Park. Okay, so now let's go with the next article. CDSO grants approval for making RT-PCR testing kits to detect Mpox in India. So you know, Mpox, again, a public health emergency has been announced by the World Health Organization. So now in this regard, every country is preparing. So India is also started assessing the preparedness for the Mpox. So Central Drugs and Standard Control Organization, they have approved the manufacture of this RT-PCR testing kit for the detection of Mpox in India. So this RT-PCR testing kit, we are very familiar when we had COVID. So in the similar lines, using the existing infrastructure we had during the COVID, see, we are going to detect this Mpox also using the RT-PCR. So the impact will be like, we can save the infrastructure, we can save the resources, and the features of this particular RT-PCR kit is that it can give the result in 40 minutes. That is one of the most important thing, and we can use the existing laboratory and also the workflows. The medical professionals need not to be educated, or they need not learn new things about it, but it is so that time will be saved, the resources will be saved. So this is the one advantage of this, and during the COVID time it is very we were very used to it. Okay, now there is a body which we have discussed in this article, that is a Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. So let's have a quick understanding. This Central Control Drugs Organization is a regulatory authority, and what does it regulate? It regulates the medical devices and pharmaceuticals under the provisions of drugs and cosmetics rules. Now more about the organization. See, it's a national regulatory body, and under which ministry it comes. This is most important. It comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and who is heading this? Drug Controller General of India, located in New Delhi. So what are the responsibilities? New drugs will be approved. Clinical trials, how the they see how the clinical trials are conducted, because many a times clinical trials are into controversy. So they look into this clinical trials, how it is being conducted, whether the rights of the people or even the any living beings have been violated or not, and setting standards for drugs. Whatever the drugs being manufactured in India, they make sure that the quality and safety requirements are met, and quality control of the imported drugs also CDSO is looking into, and they are coordinating with the state drug control organizations also. So on all, they control the pharmaceutical industry, the imported medicals, everything with regard to, so that they make sure that the people in the country are getting good medical care. Not only good medical care, it is not that much expensive, and it is free from any, and also the most important, the clinical trials part. Okay, because many countries, even in India also, there are many controversies happen with regard to this clinical trials. Okay, so that's regarding CDSO, and the next article is coming from Brazil. Okay, so we had a very good talk, the counterparts, Foreign Minister Jaishankar and his counterpart, he came to India. We had a very good talk. So on this light, see, we have to see what are the relationship which constitutes the India and Brazil relationship. So in this particular article specifically, it is talking that India and Brazil, they have strengthened their strategic partnership over the years, and it varied from defense, space, security, technology, etc. and also the people to people relationship. Now let's see, and this year, you know, the G20 presidency was with Brazil, and the Indian foreign minister congratulated Brazil for conducting this particular G20 summit in a very good way. And first thing about India Brazil, that the strategic partnership with Brazil we have established in 2006. Talking about the historical background, last year 2023 we celebrated 75 years of diplomatic relationship with Brazil, and in 1948 both the countries opened the embassies each other. In India, Brazil started the embassy, and in Brazil, India started the embassy. Talking about the culture, the current relationship, we are cooperating with Brazil in the defense, space, security, technology, and people to people relationship, and in the many multilateral engagements. See, this you have to be very careful. You can get a question in mains, prelims, which among the following organizations are both India and Brazil are members? BRICS, BASIC, G20, G4, IBSA, and International Solar Alliances, and we both actively, India and Brazil, participate in UN, WTO, UNESCO, and World Intellectual Property Organization. Now, why Brazil is important? Why it is important for India? The first one, the natural resources. They have a lot of minerals and hydrocarbons. They are the major supplier of crude petroleum oil. And talking about the investment destination, see, Indian investors are attracted to the Brazil, and Brazil is the largest country in Latin America where Indian investors are being attracted. And South-South cooperation. Both countries play significant roles in shaping this global political and economic landscapes, and also multilateral cooperation, multilateralism. Both the countries, they promote multilateralism. And the areas of cooperation, if someone is asking you what areas they cooperate, see, first one, strategic dialogue, trade monitoring mechanism, economic and financial dialogue, joint defense commission, joint committee on science and technology, India-Brazil business leaders forum. Now let's little bit talk about the economic part or the trade and investment part. This is little outdated figure, but still you can write it in your mains examination if India-Brazil question is being asked. As per the 2021 statistics, India is the 5th largest trading partner, and as per 2020, bilateral trade between India and Brazil has exceeded $11 billion, which had an 63% increase from 2020. So we are having a very good bilateral trade relationship. And talking about the commodities that we export and import, we export agrochemicals, synthetic yarns, auto components, crude oil, gold, vegetable oil, sugar, and we import crude oil, gold, vegetable oil, sugar, bulk minerals. And talking about the investment, in Brazil, we have invested so far as per 2018 $6 billion, and in India, Brazilians have invested around $1 billion as per 2018. So we are also having one preferential trade agreement. Its name is Mercosur, India-Mercosur Preferential Trade Agreement. And talking about the defense, we have signed agreement in 2003 in cooperation in defense, and also we have a joint defense committee. And biofuels, oils and gas, this is where Brazil is very important, because in the South America, Brazil is the second largest oil reserve in South America. And talking about the biofuels corporation also, this is something, because national biofuel policy of India and the Brazil's Renova Bio program, they have common objective. So we can the biofuel policy, we are having common objective, common policies, so we are having a larger scope of collaborating. And the BRICS, BASIC, IBSA, G4, all these platforms we are sharing. Then science and technology, we have space corporation. In the satellite tracking also we are having collaboration. Then scientific corporation, and agriculture also we are transferring technologies. And cultural relations, see, in Brazil we are having a strong community who are following yoga, and we have a community of Ayurveda practitioners, and there is a cultural exchange program between 20 to 24 which was signed with Brazil also. So this is about the India-Brazil relationship. We have discussed the recent visit of Brazil, and for the PSC, SSC, UPSC, RRB aspirants, who hosted this year's G20 summit, it was Brazil, and our foreign minister congratulated his counterpart for organizing such a beautiful event. And we have discussed the relationship between India and Brazil too. Now let's go to the next article. So here it is. So advancing equity from COVID-19 to Mpox. So this article is talking, see, COVID-19, we survived, but we lost a lot of people, our relatives, our good friends. So it was a very bad time, but we overcome. we overcame and we are here. You are listening to this class. So this is human. We will overcome. This also we will overcome. But there is a concern. So with regard to Mpox, and see, the most concern is the resource uneven distribution. Okay, why? Because see, the medicines are being developed. I will give an overall idea first. There are vaccine MVABN which was approved already, but this vaccine production, it is not in equitable way. The distribution is not in equitable way. Where some countries need more vaccine, they are more least developed, they are not getting the. But which country is having more power, more advantage, they are getting this. So there is an unequitable, uneven distribution of this vaccine, and this article talks that it should be equitable distribution in order to fight against this Mpox. Now, this public health emergency, we already told, WHO announced it, and it was announced due to the outbreak in Democratic Republic of Congo, and it started diagnosing in different countries including Sweden, Pakistan, Philippines also. India, we started the preparedness well in advance. So the article mainly talks about, see, this vaccine uneven distribution that will hinder the fight against this Mpox. And this vaccine, MVABN vaccine, it is also known as Geonox. So vaccines are in favorite area of UPSC, they may ask question. So it is produced by Bavarian Nordic, then approved by European Union, UK, US, Switzerland and Canada. So now the challenges, this is the most important part. See, Bavarian Nordic, they are producing 10 million doses by end of 2025 and $100 is the price. Costly. But African region itself, they need 10 million doses. Immediately they need. But right now only 0.21 million doses are available. So this fact, this data, you can use it. Clearly says there is a shortage, there is no equitable distribution of the vaccine. In India also we have Serum Minister of India, Bharat Biotech, ZS Cadila. So they produced the vaccines during COVID, we approved, but still we have to develop this kind of technology. And technology transfer is the another option. We are telling we should, between the countries, we should transfer the technologies, share the resources, because COVID, did it come to, like, it was a massive global disaster. So we should promote, we should share the technologies. If one country know one production technology of the medicine, we should share with each other, then we should combat. But the problem, the overall problem this article is talking about is regarding the lack of equitable distribution of the vaccine, especially in the African countries. Their demand is more, but we fail to provide it, and that will lead to a weakened strategy for combating this particular spread of Mpox. Next article, India needs to develop a care ecosystem. See, this article is talking about, they're stressing on the low labor force participation rate of Indian female. And the major reason it is being said is that, see, why women are quitting the job? Major reason is one, that is they need to take care of either their children, their husband, their parents-in-law. So this taking care is something that taking the women from the job sector. So there should be something should be done. So that's why we are talking that, see, we have to bring this particular care ecosystem or care economy, a care ecosystem we have to bring. We have to bring more Anganwadis for the children. We have to bring more Anganwadis. Like the children, we are having more Anganwadis. We should bring more and more systems. We should think upon, we should discuss upon having this care ecosystem. In US and UK we have this system. The old age people will be taken care by very professionals. The other thing is that these people should be trained. It's not that you are calling someone and telling them to look care of your parents. That will be another disaster. At the end of the day, they are our parents. We have emotional attachment. They are our children. So they should be trained. Whether the person looking the children only, also children or the elderly people, they should be trained. This is the one suggestion. So if we bring that in an organized way, then these people will also get some job. है ना? The people who are going for this taking care, it will be organized, they will get a job. And the women community who are taking care of these people, this old age, these children, they can go for a job. So there is a win-win approach for everyone. So here are some good data With regard to this particular article, that's India's female labor force participation. It is 37% in 22-23. The world averages were 47.8. We were very low. Even though there is an increase, but it is very low compared to the world average. And unpaid helpers are women who work without pay in family business, and most of the people are 37.5% of the women are unpaid helpers, and this is boosting to the gender inequality. So for all this, in order to bring more workforce of women, we need to have this care economy. Thus we have to train more people, like Anganwadi. We should spend more on Anganwadi so that children will be safe there, and it should not confine to the children. Whenever we are hearing this care, it should not be confined to the system, because many times women have to take care of the elderly people also. So for them also we should develop some mechanism to accommodate them, because we should not leave them. They are also people we need to take care. So there should be a win-win approach. When we train the people in the care ecosystem, they will get a job, and the women in the home who are taking care of them without any earning, they can go to job outside. So both will earn, and that will turn out to be a good ecosystem and needed. So the suggestions we have already said, that training is needed. It is not that someone is coming to your home and taking care. They should be certified. They should know the first aid thing, what should do. All these things should be trained, and the policies should be formulated regarding this, and also the technical terms are explained. So this is for today from my side. So dear students, so before winding up, I am again repeating this initiative. Hope you must have liked it. And if you have liked it, please do comment in the comment box your feedback, your suggestions, and I'm waiting for that. And please do share this content, this channel, with your friends, and especially I'm talking to the students in my north, in Delhi, in Hyderabad. Please do share this content, and I will be the happiest to see this channel growing. I know you will also be the happiest, because you made me a mentor, a educator. So please do support this channel, and at the last, see if any mentorship you need, you can connect in this number or this email ID, and you can take my programs or my mentorship. So with this, I am winding up. So happy learning, enjoy learning, and this is me, Mohamed Azhar, signing out from my classes. Bye bye, see you tomorrow.